What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vote. I pulled out a special item from the archives to make a new video. All right, so I want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are a fan of Newsmatics, if you are a fan of paper currency, if you're just getting into the hobby of Newsmatics, stay rocking with me, stay rocking with the channel. Every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be making a new episode every week speaking about something new, different, or interesting within the realm of Newsmatics. If you like the videos, give me a thumbs up. Also, throughout this video, if you have any questions, comments, or input, put it down in the comment section. I read everything and I respond back as soon as possible. Throughout this video, if I say something that isn't 100% accurate or is a little different from what you know, please let me know via the comments. I will go back, hit the books, and make sure that I have the right information moving forward. All right, so with that being said, let's welcome the newest member to the Legal Tender family. All right, so I would like to welcome and acknowledge Hans Usarum. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support, and welcome to the family. All right, so that's what we got. All right, so this item right here is the oldest item I have since my time in service. Now, this here is an Eagle cash card, and I will explain the importance of it in a minute. Now, I joined the military on January 8th, 2004, and I want to say I had this card issued to me maybe my second or third day in the military. So I got this card issued at the latest January 10th or 11th of 2004. Now, as we see in American Bald Eagle on the obverse and on the reverse, we have like some copyright wording. Trying to get the zoom in because there is a date right here, and I'm gonna just call it the series year. Look at that. So it expires on February 29th, 2004. And like I said, I got this card on January 10th or 11th of 2004. So I had this card right here for over 2 decades. Up here to the top right, we have the Treasury seal, and I will speak about that in a moment because the Department of Treasury has some ties to this card, and it's pretty cool why. All right, so let's get it. All right, so like I said, this here is an Eagle cash card, and based on what branch of service you join, this card may be called something different. Now, its sister programs are known as Easy Pay and Navy Cash. And I'm pretty sure the Navy is the branch of service that calls it Navy Cash. Now, these are cash management applications that use store value card technology to process financial transactions in closed loop environments. Now, for instance, take like a military training environment or a combat deployment environment. Now, the purpose of this card, well, when I got this card, it was, like I say, over 2 decades ago. So the purpose of this card is pretty much, it's like a gift card. So when I joined the military, I'm gonna just say I joined with a backpack and $2 in my wallet. Now, there are certain items you will need throughout your time in basic training. So what they did was they issued individuals, like they issued everybody these cards right here. And what it was a forward advance of the pay you was to make so that you could buy items that you would need. Pretty much hygienic items, soap, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, a few little other things, pens, papers, envelopes, stamps. It was highly recommended because, again, keep in mind, this was back in 2004 and everybody wasn't running around with the cell phone. And then everything that you had was confiscated by your drill sergeants. So they would tell you what to bring and what not to bring. So if you took the initiative and brought some extra stuff that they would consider contraband, it got confiscated and it got put up. So you would still need, like, because there's certain soap you can have, certain deodorant, stuff like that. So if you had all that stuff but you couldn't use it, you would need more hygienic items. But if you didn't have any money, this when this card came into play, because it had a balance of $250 already uploaded on the card, and each individual soldier had their own card to buy the items that they needed to be successful in basic training. So that is why this came into play in basic training. And then also these cards was used in a deployment environment, Iraq, Afghanistan, and other areas where service members are needed. So the purpose of having this downrange, as we call it, was so that it alleviated a large amount of U.S. currency being overseas. And I'll speak more about that in a minute. So like I said, on the reverse, you have an image of the Department of the Treasury, right there, their Treasury seal. Let's see if I can zoom in. If you could see, got the shield, got the chevron, the key, the scales, and then down at the bottom, the agency that sponsored this program is the Finances Services Management. Now, the Department of Treasury sponsored the program for the United States Armed Forces. So I think that's pretty cool that the Treasury supported all armed forces. Like I said, Navy, Air Force, Marines, things like that. Now, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston administers the program for the Treasury, and they are in use at the approved U.S. military installations inside and outside of the continental U.S. And as we can see, the image of the Department of Treasury right there. And again, I just really think it's dope that the Treasury seal is on this card right here. Now, the system uses a plastic card. It has the regular dimensions of like a basic credit card or debit card. And it has an embedded microchip that tracks the card's balance and interfaces with encrypted card readers during transactions made. As we see the microchip there. Again, like your basic credit card, debit card, you can swipe it, insert the chip, things like that. Now, this program reduced the amount of U.S. currency overseas and made it easier and more efficient to pay service members, especially during their initial entry into the armed forces. Like I said, man, this really came into play, and it was super beneficial for brand new trainees as they, needed to buy certain supplies, and it was not really encouraged to run around with like wads of cash on you. So this card really took care of all those issues right there. Originally, this program was developed in 1997. This program was an independent project that aimed at inductees going into basic training to alleviate some of the stress and cost of managing money while away from home. Now, as we see right here, we got a soldier, a service member. Zoom in a little bit. So we got the soldier right there, and zoom out. Right there, he has his Eagle Cash card in this kiosk. In the kiosk, it would tell you your balance, and also if you could add funds onto the card. As you see right here, there is like a poster that pretty much tells you the purpose of the Eagle Cash card and how to use it and whatnot. Right there, we got an image of the Treasury seal, which again, I think is cool. And this is the PX. And the PX is pretty much, it's the United States, it's the armed forces version of a convenience store. So it's the army version of Walmart. You got military items and equipment you could purchase right here. So now the main purpose for the Eagle Cash Card, like I said, was to give the soldiers funds because their direct deposit account wasn't set up yet. Now, like I said, I got this around about my second or third day in the military, so I didn't have my direct deposit military account set up yet. So I got this card, purchased some items, and then throughout my continued time of in processing, I was able to link my civilian bank account to now my military account. And then after that, I was able to get paid with a direct deposit from the military into my checking account. Again, Eagle Cash card right there and a happy soldier. Fun fact, I was at this unit. I deployed with this unit. And I deployed with this unit right here as well. So that's a coinkydink. Like I said, who can have this Eagle Cash card? A few people. Definitely soldiers from like every branch of the military, DOD employees, and civilian contractors that are employed by the DOD. And the DOD is the Department of Defense. Where can an Eagle Cash card be used? As we see, I think a poster back there. Yep, that's the poster, because a little bit down, you can see the Treasury sign, the Treasury seal, and other soldiers. Where can an Eagle Cash card be used? It can be used at commissaries. It could be used at a post exchange or a base exchange. Now, depending on your branch of service, different branches call the store different things. Now, in the Army, we've always known it as a post exchange. So we call it a PX. And the Air Force, the Navy, and Marines, I want to say they call it the BX, and that stands for base exchange. And you can also use it at, like I said, on post. You can use it at the commissary and some other vendors. So, yeah, man. This item right here is very near and dear to my heart because this was pretty much my first paycheck in my career. So, like I said, man, just something different. Anything new, different, or interesting regarding Newsmatics, I will speak about it. So I don't want to just talk about, well, I got this dollar bill and it's worth X amount of dollars. Y'all notice that I never speak about the value of any of my notes. I always try to make my videos informative and educational. Never want to speak about how much something costs. But yeah, got this in the collection. This will always stay in the collection. So, questions. I have some questions. No, not really fun facts, but questions. All right. So the first question I have is if you have any family members that was ever in service, ask them if they remember an Eagle Cash card, and if they do, what was it called? Because like I said, depending on the branch of service, it was called something different. So first question, if you was in the military, do you remember having an Eagle Cash card? Put that down in the comments. And another question is, do you remember the balance of your Eagle Cash card? Because I'm really trying to remember if they still issue these things. I think they do. Because when I was a drill sergeant, They do, because some soldiers would end up losing their Eagle Cash card, and then we had to go get them another one. So yeah, that is that. All right, that's all we got for this one. Eagle Cash card, an interesting newsmatic piece. All right, that's all we got for this one. Until next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.